Hello.
Hi, Rachel. Oh man, I
Hi.
like your backdrop.
Thank you, all my collection. So to start with your character, Marion, it's really interesting because there are two actors obviously playing it's you and Emma, and your character specifically in the later portion in the 90s, we get to kind of see older Tom and Patrick and their interaction. So for you as an actor, what was kind of your approach uh, to Marion as a character? Did you look into and or talk to Emma about the earlier half, or were you just focused on where she was in the 90s?
When we shot this, it was 2021, so we had COVID safety protocols in place, so we couldn't physically meet, but we talked on the telephone, Emma, Corin, and myself, and we also had a collective Zoom meeting, and we used Michael Grandage, our director, as a conduit, and we had a lot of conversations about elements of aging and what we bring through consciously and unconsciously into our later life from our younger years. And also they shot the 1950s part of the story first. So I had two, no, actually, I think it was more like 3 or 4 scenes that Emma had already shot that were rough cut. So I could look at those as reference. So that was really useful. I think ordinarily we would have met in person a bit more, but that wasn't possible. But I think what it does, therefore, when you're restricted, is it just basically concentrates the process. And so that was quite good.
And Marion's she's interesting because obviously in the earlier part of the story, like I stand by the fact that I said, Patrick, they don't deserve you. Like I love Patrick when I came out of this movie. I was like, I felt so like I just felt for him because I could tell like everyone in this story, he was kind of the one that got pushed aside. And but seeing Marion kind of like taking over and taking care of him later on is really fascinating because it's you see that she has this guilt almost. And so especially with you and Rupert, because that is an important like that connection towards the end is almost more important than Marion and Tom's. What did you two kind of do to build that bond and that back and forth? Because they're both mean and care for each other at the same time.
Rupert is a brilliant person, obviously extremely experienced performer and also a writer, and so he has lived a brilliant, rich life. And so it was really interesting to have conversations surrounding the story and what that means, and our interpretations and our understanding of it. And all of those conversations, I think, go into a kind of melting pot, which helps when you're actually filming the scenes. But I think it's interesting the dynamic between the three people that you touched on, and that inevitably we're going to have empathy and understanding at different points of the story with the three different characters. But that's one of the things that I think is its strength, that these three people are linked together forever because of what happened to them in their youth in the 1950s in England, and the prejudice that shaped their lives. And that prejudice is means that they're in their own ways are all victims of their time. The price that they pay is different, and sometimes the price that they pay is more evident. But I think in terms of Marion's journey, the consequences of what they did in their youth means that she feels the responsibility of trying to bring about reconciliation.
Yeah.
And I think that you touched on something that is driven by guilt for sure. And
Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
Thank you so. No, it's okay. That's my time. So I just wanted to say thank
Oh
you.
man.
I can't wait for everyone to get to see the film. I think it's going to hit with a lot of people.
Okay, thank you so much. It was really good to talk to you.
Thank you so much.